So today I'll be showing you the settings of our stability chamber PLC based control system. Okay, so this is the home screen. So here you can see temperature present value, humidity present value, set temperature, set humidity. Okay, and here you can see present alarm. So whichever alarm currently which is present out there, it will show. And here's the system status, like for example compressor, your mains, contactor, aerator, wet heater, lamp. Based on your particular system, it will show whichever is on or off. So red in the sense it's off, green means on. So first we will log in. So every user will be given their own unique user ID and password. Okay, now in this case admin and 6 times 3. Admin 6 times 3 is a common user ID and password. ADMIN in small letter, password 6 times 3. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Operation success, login. Okay, so here we go to settings. In settings your parameter, present status, PID, sensor, reports, user management. We'll go one by one. So first I'll show you manufacturer setting. So here you can see it's a hidden button out there. You can't see, you just have to click. It will ask for a password 6 times 8. 8 2 3 4 5 6. So this page will open. So here you can see enable disable software. If you are using our 21 CFR software, you can enable and disable according to that. You have SMS alert system, you can enable SMS alert system. Okay, it's a scanner. So if you have a scanner, you can select 4 channel, 8 channel, 16 channel. Suppose I select 4 channel. And here temperature sensor configuration, DTC 4 to 20, 0 to 10 RTD. Suppose you select DTC, so we will connect our PLC with the DTC card. Suppose this is a DTC card, you have to select this RS485 to this DTC ka RS485. Okay, and if you select the regular 4 to 20 or 0 to 5, so you have to connect the PT card and AD card in this manner. You can see directly attached. In this case you don't have to connect RS485. Only if it is DTC selected, then only you have to connect the RS485. That's it. So in case suppose you are using 0 to 10 volt. Voltage in the sense you can select 0 to 10 volt. In that 0 to 5 volt sensor, 3.3 volt, 0 to 1 volt, whichever sensor you can use and you can connect. And in 4 to 20 directly you can connect your 4 to 20 base sensor. And if you connect RTD, select RTD, then your RTD card will be connected and direct RTD channel reading will be shown out there. For similarly for humidity, you have the same multiple options. Suppose if it is DTC, you select the DTC 4 to 20 or 0 to 10 volt. So in case I select 0 to 10 volt. Now control action, I'll take single. If you select scanner, so like it will take average of those multiple sensor and it will show out there. Okay. You go to next page. Activate, deactivate standby compressor. So if you have a standby compressor, you can just activate that. If you have a standby boiler system, you can activate the standby system. Or humidity present or not. In case if you don't want to connect humidity, if at all customer doesn't want to use humidity, they just want to run the temperature, so you can just disable or enable the humidity system. Similarly you have the option to disable the compressor also. Okay. And water level switch 2, suppose if you are using 2 boiler tank, so you can enable this, so that, and digital number X7 is the second boiler tank option, so you can connect your input according to that. So every manufacturer I would have given IO list, so based on that you can connect input and output. Now I'll come back to the settings. Now you can see compressor configuration, scanner is there, RH boiler, that is boiler configuration. So first I'll go to parameter. I'll show you what are the settings in the parameter. First is the temperature set point. So whatever set point you have to set, you just have to set the temperature set point over there. And then alarm band. Okay, alarm band means plus and minus. You just have to set. Suppose for example your temperature is 25 degree, alarm band is suppose for example 5. So above 30 degree and below 20 degree your alarm will be generated. Cutoff band. Now this is very important. Cutoff band means in case your temperature goes above this limit, like 25 plus 10, that means 35, and 25 minus 10, it means 15 degree. It goes above or below this limit, your machine will be tripped. Okay, it will shut down the machine. Okay, so similarly the same setting is applicable for the humidity also. And this data log interval, so from 1 minute to 60 minutes you can set the log interval. Suppose I'll set for 1 minute as of now. And then system initialize delay, so you can normally set it for a 10 second, so it will just check the IOs if at all IOs are okay or not, all these settings it will check. And then compressor restart delay, so restart delay for the compressor, normally 120 seconds, you can set according to your system. And then compressor lock set point, so if your present value or set temperature is about this particular set point, your compressor will automatically turn on. Now it is 25, so compressor will remain. If I set this to above 65 or 65 degrees Celsius, compressor will turn off. IR lamp, in this case, if you don't need to explain out that. That I will explain in a different video. Okay, so this is stabilization delay. Stabilization delay is very important. Okay, I'll just explain what is stabilization delay. Suppose you set it to 45 minutes. Now you have just restarted your system, maybe your system is just turned out. So initially temperature and humidity will be based on the ambient condition, so and it won't be like exact accuracy to your set condition. So now system will start, and this time, that is 45 minutes which you have set, is the stabilization time. Matlab we will give time to our system to get stabilized. So for example, now your temperature is 25 and humidity is 75. To achieve that particular temperature within that alarm limit which we have set, we are giving this time. So unless and until 45 minutes, there won't be any alarm generated. Okay, only after 45 minutes, and still if it is not in range, if it is above alarm band, it will simply blow the alarm and alarm locks will be displayed. If still after 45 minutes, still your temperature is not maintained or even humidity is not maintained above or below the limit, so it will straight away trip the system. In that case, we have two options. If you have enabled the standby system, it will not trip the system, it will change over to the standby. Maybe if it is not achieving the temperature with respect to the stabilization delay, that means we have any problem in the system. So it will just change over to the other compressor or maybe other humidity based on temperature and humidity is not maintaining, and it will show a message that first compressor is error or vice versa, second is error, whichever is gone to a faulty mode, it will show on the alarm logs. Similarly, it will run the second compressor, and if there is no standby, straight away system will trip off. If it is standby, it will turn off to the second system, and even if second system is unable to maintain your temperature as well as humidity, it will trip out the complete system and alarm will be generated. Okay, it's simple. So door open delay means if suppose your customer opens the door and forgets to close the door, maybe you can set it according to your, maybe for 1 minute if you can set. If still 1 minute door continues on, it will blow the alarm, that's it, nothing else will happen. System will won't trip, it will just generate an alarm. Door magnet delay, if you are using door magnet for door access system, so you can set the delay. So magnet, once you open the door, for that particular time your magnet will be de-energized, that's it. System safety means, suppose if I turn on this system, the cutoff logic which I explained, if go to beyond this limit, if this particular button is on, then only it will trip the system. If this is off, then this logic won't run. So this is very important, please note this. Back, present status, it will just show the status whether it's on or off, just on or off status, whatever input and output we are connected with the PLC. So you can just cross verify whether my IOs are okay or not, only for this viewing option. So PID, we have a proportional integral derivative, same for temperature as well as humidity. Auto tune button is there, you can just simply turn on the auto tune button. So PID will start generating the auto system, and normally you don't have to do any manual tuning out there. So once your system is set properly, everything like your connection wiring is done and door is locked, and you won't be, every system is perfectly you are connected, then only start the auto tune, or else please do not start the auto tune. And once auto tune is started, unless and until it gets completed, please do not touch the system, don't even change any set point, or please do not open the door, so your PID function won't work properly. So it's better that once everything is done, only at last you turn on the auto tune. Okay, stop the auto tune means, in case if you want to stop the auto tune, you can press the stop auto tune button, simple. Sensor configuration, suppose you are using a scanner and you have channel number 1 and channel number 2, 3, 4, suppose 4 channel scanner you are using. So channel number 1 is the master sensor, channel number 2 will act as a secondary standby sensor. So in case if you enable this button, auto switchover, in case primary, the master sensor fail, your system will start maintaining based on your secondary sensor. If both sensor fail, then your system will trip off. If you disable this, it will your system will work only based on standby system, primary sensor, and if primary sensor fails, straight away your system will turn off, that's it. Sensor saturation. Sensor saturation means, suppose sensor gets saturated, means it's stuck to a particular. Normally what happens, at least a 0.1 to 0.2 percentage variation will be always there, at least in a 30 minutes. Temperature or at least humidity will keep on going, maintaining up and down with respect to set point. At least a 0.1 degree it will go up and down. Suppose if it is not happening for continuous 30 minutes, yours it will generate an alarm, sensor saturation. So it's depend, if you want you can keep, or else no required. And this is reports. In reports section, your data logs. So data log is generated. Date, time, temperature PV, temperature SV, RHPV, RHSV, and here print button is there. So if you connect LX310 dot matrix printer, automatically print will come. Copy means you can just simply copy to a USB printer, and Excel sheet data will be generated. Filter. Filter means suppose you have 6 months of data, maybe more than that, and if you want to filter and you want only particular per month or per that particular day's data, so you can just enter this value, year, month, day, hour, minute, second, and simply start and end year, month, date, hour, minute, second, and just click on the search button. So now only filtered data, that the data within this particular range only will be displayed, and you can either copy or you can take printout of that data. Okay, and once done you can just turn off the button, then you can come back. And now scanner, similarly data log, and here's the scanner data. So I have selected 4 channels, so you can see there are 4 temperature and there are 4 humidity, T1, T2, T3, T4, and R1, R2, R3, R4, R5. And now similarly you can copy this data and you can filter, go back to data logs or go back to main page. Now in alarm logs you can see alarms are generated. So whichever is highlighting, that means that particular alarm is currently present. If it is not, it will stay stable. Historical data will be generated, historical alarm logs will be generated. So you can, whenever you want, you can visit that screen and check your historical alarm. Similarly, you can print this data automatically if you are connected to LX310 dot matrix. Copy and filter are same as that in the data log. And then you have audit logs. So each and everything in the system, whatever changes we are doing in this particular system, each and everything will be logged, and you can see whatever now I have done, everything is getting logged out there. So this is audit logs. Copy, filter, and same back button is there. Now user management. User management, add user, delete user, change password. Add user, just to enter the name of the user, enter the password and confirmation password. Logout type, if you set it to 0, that means never log out. Suppose if that particular user has logged in and if this is set as a 0, so unless and automatically there is a logout button. If you click on the logout button, then only user will be logged out, or else it won't log out until HMI is turned off, power off maybe. So if I set it for example 10 minutes, once user logs in and he doesn't do any activities, so after 10 minutes automatically user will be logged out. And then first you enter this value and then privilege. So user level, supervisor level, or admin level. Okay, so if you want only user level, you have to select only this button. If you want supervisor, admin, supervisor, so you have to select user and supervisor. If you want both complete admin level, then you have to select all these 3. Close. Okay, done.